Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Sweet Protection Falconer Aero 2Vi cycling helmet. Inspired by one of the fastest predators on Earth, the Sweet Protection Falconer Aero 2Vi MIPS helmet is their high-performance aero cycling helmet. For 2025, Sweet Protection has updated the helmet as part of their Hyperviolet collection, which adds a really striking hyperviolet fade colors. You can see that color scheme here on the packaging with a little sticker, and then the Sweet Protection logo on the otherwise standard helmet box. I'll go ahead and open this up and we'll go over the specs. So retail price on this is $300. You get their 2Vi tech platform, which combines a strategically placed EPS foam construction that interacts with the MIPS Air liner to give you maximum protection in the case of an impact. You have magnetic aero covers with the Aero version, which is really cool. So if you want more ventilation, you can just pop off these big side vents, and they have a little magnet that makes them very easy to attach and remove. You have this really cool color scheme as well, so you can see how it goes violet to turquoise. And you have their stack ventilation. So these are the special vents that are actually designed to cool along your temporal artery. So it's specially designed to go right through the side and out of the helmet. You also get their magnetic fit lock buckle, so it makes it really easy to put on the helmet and take it off with one hand. As far as what comes with it, you can see you get a gigantic booklet with the safety protection information on here in multiple languages, the MIPS tags, a replacement front foam piece that you can put on the inside. And then that appears to be about it, aside from the Sweet Protection branded bag. So it's a really nice way to store the bag and travel with it. Now let's take a look at the weight of the helmet. We have the size medium/large. You can see it comes in at 338 grams. The Sweet Protection Falconer Aero takes the standard Falconer helmet and maximizes the aerodynamics. Visually, the helmets are nearly identical in both profile and the vent placement. But with the Aero version, the top two vents are actually completely covered up and there's no foam cutout on the inside. But it still looks like these are removable, but they're not. The main removable part is the magnetic covers on the front larger vents. And this lets you adjust the ventilation or maximize aerodynamics, but not interchangeable with the Falcon helmet. This actually has the magnets built in. Otherwise, nice sleek design. You get the very compact profile with this blunt trailing edge that you see with a lot of Aero helmets. So you can see how it's more blunt, smooth top, and you can see really strategically placed vents. You have a U shape on the front, this tall front section, and then again these removable sections on the front side. Back side you have 3 large vents. And with this helmet you can actually get it in multiple colors. There's 11 different colors, so quite a few to choose from. And really attractive color schemes. Most of them are solid, but they're unique palettes, so you can get some unique colors there. And mostly a matte finish. What we have here is the new one. This is called Hyperviolet. So it's a really cool effect. You can see you have the violet on the front, a purple in the middle, and then turquoise on the rear. So it almost looks like you're going so fast that the color's actually gone off the helmet. It's a cool effect, obviously not for everybody, but really bright and unique. They've also added some contrast here, so the outer part is matte, but the vent covers here are more of a pink color. Then you have the glossy inserts on the inside, so while the outside is fully matte, these are nice and bright and glossy, so along the center, along the vent covered section, and then the rear cutout. You have the purple color matched rear dial, and even the turquoise Sweet Protection logo on the side. You have a basic sticker for Sweet Protection on the sides. And then one of my favorite features of these helmets is the fact that you get a little Sweet Protection badge. And that's something you don't really see with modern helmets, and it mimics something you'd see on a car where you have a little front emblem. They've also strategically placed the vents here, so this is part of their stack ventilation. And you can see there's actually a sticker here as well. So along here, it goes from the front and goes right through, and you have a lot of these deep channels inside the helmet that help really flow air through it, even though this has the covered top section. The magnetic covers are probably the coolest feature here though. Not interchangeable with the Falconer again. They actually have the magnet built into the helmet itself, and then a matching magnet here. So you just place this where the magnets get close, and they'll pop into place, nice and secure. And they've added a little lip here that's still aerodynamic, but makes it easy to actually pull them out. If you want more ventilation, you just take these off. If you want to go faster, you can leave them on. And you can see they have a cool contrasting effect. So they definitely stand out when you're wearing them. As far as the inside of the helmet, you can see you have a standard cradle system. So it wraps all the way around and has this thin plastic structure that loops all the way through. Thin nylon straps on the side with these little Y splitters and the Sweet Protection logo. And you also get the magnetic buckle, which is a little bit counterintuitive at first because it actually operates vertically instead of horizontally. So you just grab this, pull it off, and then when you want to put it back on, you can do it with one hand, which is a nice feature. You also have the adjustable rear cradle. So a little dial system here with the Sweet Protection logo, micro tightening and loosening. And then this whole thing is height adjustable, so you just pull up or down and you can adjust the cradle position. It's also ponytail friendly. As you can see, you have a big cutout here, and just this padded rear section. Inside the helmet, you also have the MIPS Air node system. So you can see this is the MIPS Air liner. And then there's little elastic attachment points that allow this whole thing to kind of rotate around. And you also get their 2Vi technology system, which optimizes the EPS foam system and provides a little additional impact protection. And you can even see there's a little bit of a different color foam here along the front edges. The inside also has these really big channels, so you can see really deep cutouts that let air go right through, and matching cutouts in the liner. This front padding is also replaceable, so everything's Velcro attached, so really easy to clean. Here you can see a nice 360 shot of the helmet. As you can see, with the covers on, you have a nice aerodynamic profile with everything covered up, and a beautiful color scheme with this hyperviolet. It almost looks artificial. It's so bright on the front and then goes a nice teal color in the rear. And you have a nice little detailing like the little graphics when you look closer. So definitely a cool helmet. It's nice to see this refresh. Overall, the helmet has a nice, sleek, attractive look. You can see it doesn't look bulky or like a mushroom like some helmets, but it forms around your head and has a nice smooth profile. This is a size medium, and you can see there's plenty of space for big sunglasses, and the comfort's also really nice. It's fairly lightweight with an easy to adjust dial system and a wraparound cradle design that really hugs your head and adjusts to your head size. So overall, really impressed with it. It's very comfortable. We've ridden with the other Falconer, and with the Aero, it's essentially the same helmet, but with the top covers completely blocked off, and then the removable magnetic covers on the front. Obviously, removing the covers is a little bit awkward on the road. They're a little bit long, but if you put it off on home and then put it back on another day, it's a really nice option. So cold morning, we usually run it with it on, and then we take it off for warmer days. And overall, just really nice helmet. Obviously, it's a little bit more expensive, but looks very cool. And with the magnetic covers, you have the versatility. And now with these new color schemes, it really stands out. So overall, we're impressed with it. So nice and comfortable, and you have all the modern features. Here we actually have a very similar helmet, which is the Bolle Furo. With this one, you get the similar removable cover design, but with these, they're actually more of a flush fit placement. So you actually have to get your finger under there and then pull them out. So you can see these have these little foam attachments that push into the vent. So a little bit harder to take on and off, and a little bit longer too, but similar concept. What's cool about the Aero Falconer is they've just added the magnets and more user-friendly with this little lip system that you just pull up. But otherwise, you can see similar designs, and you have that, again, blunt trailing edge. The cool thing about the Sweet Protection, though, obviously, is the new color. We also have the POC Ventral here. So you can see, again, very similar profiles. You have the two-piece designs, lower lip, upper lip, less venting right on the top, and more venting on the front and rear. The POC one, you get some cool color schemes, but they're mostly solid. You won't get much gradients like that. And you can see with this one, it's a little bit thicker, a more mushroom shape to it. So it looks a little more awkward, while the Sweet Protection is a little bit sleeker and thinner. There's also a more optimized Aero helmet, something like the Smith Ignite, which have a longer profile, so a Less optimized for standard road cycling, but if you really want aero, you can see it has an extended profile. While something like the Sweet Protection Falconer can do a double duty, you can do a training ride and then race with it as well. While something like the Ignite makes less sense for training rides. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Sweet Protection Falconer Aero. What we like about it is you have a nice aerodynamic design with the magnetic vent covers that let you optimize either speed or ventilation. You also have a nice eye-catching hyper-violet fade color option, which is a really distinctive color scheme that makes the helmet stand out. As far as negatives, you just have that premium price. It's definitely a more expensive helmet compared to other helmets on the market. Taking everything into account would give the helmet a 9.2 out of 10. With the new color scheme, the Falconer Aero really has a nice unique look and refreshes the design. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.